Chapter 8. Sound like a true native speaker. This chapter will give you some final important information to help you sound more like a true native speaker. You will learn the rules of how words are connected together so that your speech flows better and sounds more natural and more fluent. You will also learn more about which words to reduce and exactly how to reduce them. And you will learn the differences between casual, relaxed speech and more formal, careful speech. Linking, connecting words for smoother speech flow. Many non-native speakers of English believe that they should pronounce each word separately because they want to make sure their speech is clear and easily understood. This does help their speech sound clear, but it also creates speech that sounds a bit foreign and a bit mechanical, almost like computer-generated speech. Native speakers connect or link words together if the words are part of the same thought group. They connect the last sound of the word to the first sound of the next word. Linking creates the smooth, uninterrupted sounds that are the key to natural, fluent-sounding speech. If you're making the common error of dropping the endings of words by not pronouncing the final consonant, the problem will automatically be solved when you apply the rules of linking to your speech. Linking requires you to connect the final consonant with the next word if it begins with a vowel. This way, the final sound, which is always more difficult to pronounce, now becomes the first sound of the word that follows it. For example, it's more difficult to say burned out than to say burned out. Instead of saying it's a cold evening with each word pronounced separately, say it's a cold evening, and your speech will instantly sound more native-like, and you're guaranteed to pronounce the final consonants. Warning, common mistake. Linking and speaking fast are not the same thing. You don't need to speak fast. When native speakers link words, they're not necessarily speaking faster. The speech is just smoother, less choppy. It's extremely important to stress the content words when you're linking, because this will force you to slow down at the right place and it will make your speech more easily understood. Rules for linking. Linking consonant to vowel. When a word ends in a consonant and the next word begins with the vowel, connect the final consonant to the next vowel, making it sound as if the second word starts with a consonant. For example, hold on sounds like hold on. I like it sounds like I like it. Deep end sounds like depend. Get up late sounds like get up late. Picked out sounds like picked out. This guy sounds like the sky. Practice sentences with common expressions. Let's practice linking a final consonant of a word with the initial vowel of the following word using some everyday phrases used in sentences. First, you will hear them pronounced separately, and then together, natural and linked, and then in a sentence. Good evening sounds like
Good evening. Have a good evening.
hold on sounds like hold on. Please hold on a minute. Good idea sounds like
Good idea. That's a really good idea.
I like it sounds like
I like it. I like it a lot.
speak English sounds like
Speak English. Do you speak English?
cup of coffee sounds like cup of coffee. I'd like a cup of coffee. Just a minute sounds like
Just a minute. I'll be there in just a minute.
where are sounds like Where are? Where are you from? There are sounds like.
There are a lot of people here.
Kind of sounds like kind of. I'm kind of hungry. Linking with the article un. Remember to link the article un with the next word, which is always followed by a vowel sound. Keep in mind that you also need to apply this linking rule when the word starts with a silent H, for example, in the words our or honest. Sentences for practice.
I ate an apple and an orange.
I have an iPad and an iPhone.
I made an offer to buy an amazing house.
He has an American accent.
Give me an honest answer.
That's an interesting question.
That's an unbelievable story.
That's an unusual situation.
I live in an apartment.
I'll be there in an hour. Linking ing plus vowel sound. Pay special attention to how you link the ing ending of one word with the vowel sound of the following word. Don't skip the g sound. For example, when you link going and on, don't say going on. On the other hand, don't make the g sound too strong either. Don't say going gone. Make sure that you create a quick sound by touching the back of your mouth with the back of your tongue. Dialogues for practice.
What are you planning on doing tonight?
Nothing special. Just hanging out with some friends. Are you going out?
No, I think I'll be staying in and watching a movie.
I'm shopping around for a car.
Are you planning on buying a new car or a used car?
I'm thinking about getting a used car.
Why did you hang up on me?
I hung up because you were yelling at me. I'm breaking up with my boyfriend.
You're kidding. Are you really doing it? Why?
Well, it's just not working out between us.
But you've been dating him a long time. I thought you were planning on getting engaged.
We're not getting along anymore. We've been arguing a lot.
How long has this been going on?
As long as I can remember. Dialogues for practice. Linking consonant to vowel. Many of the words in the following sentences end in a consonant, and the following word begins with a vowel. Notice how smooth the sentences sound when these words are connected.
Can I come in?
Yes, come on in. The door's open.
Should I leave it on?
No, turn it off.
What time is it?
It's already 5 o'clock.
Let's take a walk.
That's a good idea.
How far is it?
4.5 hours away.
This is a good film.
Too bad it's sold out.
I have an awful headache.
Take an aspirin.
This is my brother-in-law.
We've already met.
Linking consonant to same consonant. When the final consonant of one word is the same as the first consonant of the following word, pronounce the consonant only once. Do not pause between the sounds, but just lengthen the sound a little bit and say it with a little bit more energy. For example, she speaks Spanish should sound like she speaks Spanish. Turned down sounds like turn down. Help Paul sounds like help Paul. Well lit sounds like well lit. Black cat sounds like black cat. Foreign name sounds like foreign name. Word pairs for practice. In the following word pairs, the final consonant of the first word is the same as the first consonant of the next word. Big game. Well lit. Can never. Good day. This Saturday.
Far right. Stop playing. Tom might. Book club. What time?
Sentences for practice. Both things are from me.
Stop playing and help Paul.
She's single and she's so happy.
I'm married and I'm miserable.
It was so nice to meet Tom. Remember, there are two types of consonants, stops and continuants. It's important for you to know the difference between these two types of consonants because when we're linking words together, it will affect how correctly you're linking. A stop sound is created by stopping the airflow with either our lips, for example, in the consonants P and B, we say P and B, or we stop with the front of our tongue, as in the letters T and D, T, D, or with the back of the tongue, as in the letters K and G, K, G. On the other hand, a continuant sound is longer. The airflow can continue as long as you have air in your lungs. Common continuants include S, Z, M, L, F, V, and TH. You will notice that we can continue the sounds S, Z, M, F, V, F, as long as we have air in our lungs. Linking two consonants. You already learned the difference between stops and continuants. Understanding how stops and continuants work in American English will help you to connect words better. When the stop sound is followed by another consonant, you must hold the stop sound. In other words, don't release the puff of air after you create the sound with your lips or tongue. Releasing the air will create an extra syllable. Instead, simply hold the air pressure that is building up inside your mouth. Do this in the following two cases. When the stop is at the end of a word and the next word begins with a consonant. For example, instead of saying help me, say help me. And the other example would be when the stop is in the middle of the word and the next letter is also a consonant. For example, when you say lobster, make sure that you don't release the B. Don't say lobster. Hold the B and say lobster. But please note that the final stop at the end of the sentence can either be held or released. Keep in mind, when a vowel sound follows the final stop, you simply need to link the two sounds. You don't need to think about holding the consonant. Linking with the vowel naturally causes the consonant to be released. For example, stop, it is linked. and it sounds like stop it. But when you say stop that, the final P must be held because the word that begins with a consonant. Therefore, don't say stop that, say stop that. Linking continuants is much simpler. Just go from one consonant sound to another without stopping the airflow. This usually happens automatically, and it doesn't require much practice. Word pairs for practice. Make sure that you hold the final consonant of the first word. Keep in mind that the final consonant is a stop.
Up there. Help me. Drop down.
Baked beans. Fried chicken. Good music.
Great day. Big deal. Blog post.
Cookbook. Dark night. Break time. Words for practice. Make sure that you hold the final stop sound in the middle of the word when the next sound is also a consonant.
Admit. Hopefully.
Cupcake. Grapefruit.
Midterm. Stepmother.
Dialogues for practice for final stops.
How was the big party?
We had a really good time.
Do you like pop music?
I prefer hip-hop music.
Did you eat that cupcake?
Yes, I couldn't stop myself.
Should we stop?
No, I think we should keep going.
Why did the cab driver stop the car?
Because there was a stop sign.
Should we lock the door?
I think that would be good.
Did you find the answer?
I'm looking it up right now. Linking vowel to vowel. If one word ends with the vowel and the next word begins with the vowel, do not pause between the words. For a smoother transition between the sounds, and to ensure complete pronunciation of both of the vowels, we insert a short Y sound, y, after a front vowel, such as A, E, and I, and a short W sound, a short W sound, after a back vowel, such as U and O. For example, when we say go out, we insert a little W sound, and it sounds like go out. Make sure that you don't fully pronounce or overpronounce the W sound. Don't say go out. Also, don't say how are you. Insert a short W sound after the word how and link the words together. Go out. How are you? Instead of saying they are, say they are. Instead of saying I am, say I am. Insert a very quick y sound. I am. They are. Sentences for practice for linking vowels. Don't say I ate out. Say I ate out. Don't say go on. Say go on. Don't say they agree. Say they agree. Don't say I know it. Say I know it. Don't say may I come in. Say may I come in. Don't say so awesome. Say so awesome. Don't say, I'll buy it. Say, I'll buy it. Don't say, he ate out. Say, he ate out. Dialogues for practice. Linking vowel to vowel.
Why are you so upset?
I am not.
Who is he?
He's the announcer.
How is the weather?
Go outside and find out.
Do I need to do it?
No, I already did it. Do I say the or the? When the article the is followed by a vowel sound, it sounds like the. When it's followed by a consonant, the final sound is as in fun. For example, the earth, the world. The apple, the banana. Linking vowel to vowel within a word. When an individual word contains two vowel sounds, we also add a little y or w sound. We don't say diet, we say diet. Words for practice. Client. Science. Serious. Quiet. Appreciate. Museum. Cooperate. Experience. Diet. Furious. Negotiate. San Diego. Dialogues for practice. The following dialogues will help you to practice linking. Remember to place the most stress on the keyword, usually a noun or a verb. For longer sentences, place the most stress on the focus word of each thought group. Linking vowel to consonant. Practice dialogue. In the department store.
Can I help you?
I'm looking for a pair of sunglasses.
The sunglasses are on the other side of the makeup counter.
Oh, these are nice. Can I try them on?
The mirror is over here.
How much are these?
They're on sale for $180.
That's a lot of money. I don't think I can afford that.
The style is amazing. We're almost all sold out.
Do you have any that are cheaper?
No, I'm afraid I don't. Is there anything else I can help you find?
As a matter of fact, yes. Help me find a rich husband. Linking consonant to consonant. Dialogues for practice. Notice how two same or similar consonants blend into one to link words more smoothly. The final stops are not released.
I believe Veronica speaks Spanish.
Of course she does. She's from Mexico.
That makes sense. When's the big game?
Either this Saturday or this Sunday.
Do you think they'll lose?
I hope not.
Keep practicing.
You're right. I need to.
You'll love it.
I suppose so.
It was a fun night, but I need to go.
Let's stay a little longer.
You stay. I'll leave with them.
Okay then. I'll leave too. Practice paragraph. This passage provides practice in linking vowel to vowel, consonant to vowel, and consonant to consonant. You will hear the story 2 times. First, just listen. Then you'll hear the story again and you'll be given time to repeat. My American accent. I've been practicing the American accent for a while now. At first, it was kind of hard to keep track of all the rules and exceptions. I had no idea there was so much to learn. I've been practicing with the audio materials. It's somewhat easier to pronounce some of the sounds, but it's difficult to know how I sound to others. I think I'm getting better. One of the hardest things for me is to stress some syllables and to reduce certain others. When I ask my friends how I sound, they all say they hear a difference in my speech. My boss said that I'm making progress and that I sound more and more like a native speaker. My clients are not asking me to repeat myself as much. It makes it all worthwhile. I won't stop practicing. Now you will have the opportunity to repeat. Make sure that you're linking the words together while at the same time stressing the focus word of each thought group. My American accent. I've been practicing the American accent for a while now. At first, it was kind of hard to keep track of all the rules and exceptions. I had no idea there was so much to learn. I've been practicing with the audio materials. It's somewhat easier to pronounce some of the sounds, but it's difficult to know how I sound to others. I think I'm getting better. One of the hardest things for me is to stress some syllables and to reduce certain others. When I ask my friends how I sound, they all say they hear a difference in my speech. My boss said that I'm making progress and that I sound more and more like a native speaker. My clients are not asking me to repeat myself as much. It makes it all worthwhile. I won't stop practicing. Warning, common mistake. Don't pause within thought groups. Don't say, he's at work until 11 o'clock. Say, he's at work until 11 o'clock. Study tip. When you watch an American film, try to watch it with closed captioning or subtitles in English. This is a very useful method for developing better listening skills, using the right melody, and learning the common reductions of American speech. Play back some scenes and repeat the actor's lines several times until you can say them the same way. Contractions. A contraction is a word that is made shorter when it is linked to the word that comes before it. For example, she is nice is usually contracted to she's nice. Contractions are a standard part of English speech, and they're used even in very formal situations. Using contractions is not considered sloppy or lazy speech. In fact, if you don't use contractions, your speech will sound mechanical and foreign, and might even give the impression that you're not very fluent in English. For example, you'll hear people say, "I'm happy," rather than "I am happy." and he's American rather than he is American. If you do hear I am happy, it's usually a response to an opposite statement or question such as, I don't think you're happy. And the other person replies, I am happy, by stressing the word am and meaning I really am happy. Another reason a contraction may not be used is when the speaker pauses in order to think of what to say next. For example, I am happy. Note, do not use contractions in written language unless the writing is very informal. Warning, common mistake. Don't make up your own contractions. There are specific rules that native speakers follow for contracting words. Only use the ones that you hear native speakers say and the ones that you learn here in this material. Commonly contracted words. The verb to be.
I'm happy.
She's American.
Auxiliary verbs such as be, would, will, and have.
He's working.
He'd like to go.
I'll call you.
I've been there.
The word not, when it follows have, be, can, could, should, would, and must.
I haven't been there.
I can't do that.
Practice with contractions. Contractions with will.
I'll do it.
You'll like it.
He'll call you.
We'll take it.
They'll see.
It'll rain.
It'll be good.
That'll be all.
There'll be snow.
Contractions with would.
I'd go.
I'd like some more.
He'd go if he could.
She'd understand.
We'd like to see it.
Contractions with had.
I'd never seen it before.
She'd known about it.
You'd better fix it.
Contractions with have.
I've been there.
I've already eaten.
We've heard.
They've done it.
I would have done it.
You should have told me.
You must have seen it.
Note, Americans generally contract the verb have only if it functions as an auxiliary verb. For example, we say, I've been and I've heard. But if have is the main verb, we don't say, I've a car. We say, I have a car. Contractions with has.
She's left.
It's been fun.
He's already eaten.
Who's seen the film?
Contractions with is. Is sounds the same as the contraction of has.
He's working.
She's a teacher.
It's hot.
Sam's American.
Mary's tall.
Dinner's ready.
Contractions with am.
I'm fine.
I'm from Japan.
Contractions with are.
We are waiting.
We're sorry.
They're leaving.
They're there.
What are they doing?
When are they coming?
Where are they going?
Contractions with not.
I can't swim.
I shouldn't go.
I don't like it.
Very common expressions with contractions.
How's it going?
What's up?
What are you doing?
What have you been up to?
What's the matter?
What'll it be?
That'll be all.
It'll be hot.
It'll be good.
It'll rain.
How've you been?
Where are you going?
Where's he from?
Where are they from?
I'd like that.
Who's calling?
What's new?
I'm fine.
Dialogues for practice. Employee meeting.
Hi, Tom. I've got a question. What time's our meeting?
It'll start at 5.
Oh, great. I'm glad I'll be able to make it. Who's coming?
Let's see. Bob will be there, John will be there, and I'll be there, but Mary won't make it. She's out of town.
How about Nick?
He can't make it. He said he would have come if he'd known about it earlier.
Is Vivian coming?
She said she'd like to make it, but she's got a lot of work to do.
It'll only last an hour, won't it?
Yes, we'd better keep it short. Everybody'll want to go home by 6 o'clock. In the restaurant.
I've been looking forward to eating here.
Me too. Everyone's been talking about this place.
What are you going to order?
I'm hungry. I think I'd like some meat tonight.
Hi, folks. I'll be your waitress. Ready to order?
Yes, we're ready.
Great. What'll it be?
She'll have chicken and I'll have steak. And we'll both have a glass of red wine.
Is that it?
That'll be all.
Got it. Your food will be ready in a few minutes.
Forgotten birthday.
It was my birthday 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I must have been too busy to look at my calendar. You should have told me. We could have celebrated together. I would have taken you out to dinner, or I could have at least baked you a cake.
The conditional tense using contractions. The grammar of the conditional tense requires a lot of small words that you will need to learn to contract. For example, the following sentence, which is the conditional past unreal tense, contains 13 short words. If you had not called me, I would not have known about it. Saying each word separately obviously sounds unnatural and very foreign. Here's how an American would say that. If you hadn't called me, I wouldn't have known about it. Instead of wouldn't have, we say wouldn't have. The T of the word not disappears. Or in more casual situations, the have of the word would not have sounds like as in wouldna. This grammar point is often difficult for some intermediate students of English. It might also be difficult for some advanced speakers who have learned English informally just by speaking it in the U.S., rather than through classroom study. Producing these conditional sentences quickly and naturally, particularly in the past unreal tense, is difficult for many learners of English. If this is your case, make an extra effort to master this grammar point. Repeating the sentences of the following exercises will help you to memorize the grammatical patterns. Practice them until you feel proficient using them. Word groups for practicing contractions. Let's start learning to use contractions in the easier part of the conditional past, the if clause. If I had been sounds like if I'd been. If I had not called sounds like if I hadn't called. If she had seen sounds like if she'd seen. If they had gone sounds like if they'd gone. Now, let's practice the second half of the past conditional sentence. You will hear two versions of this type of contraction. First, the standard speech, and then the casual speech. Would have sounds like would've, or in casual speech, woulda. Would not have, wouldn't've, wouldn't. Could have, could've, coulda. Could not have, couldn't've, couldn't. Should not have, shouldn't've, shouldn't. Conditional questions. With questions using have, you must add an sound between the pronoun and the contraction. But for statements, don't do this. Listen to what happens with the words you have. Would you have been there? Versus you've been there. Would you have sounds like would you have. Would you have been sounds like would you have been. Would she have sounds like would she have. Would she have wanted sounds like would she have wanted. Sentences for practice, past conditional tense. If I'd known it was your birthday, I would have gotten you a present. If you hadn't been driving so fast, you wouldn't have gotten a ticket. If the weather had been warmer, we would have gone to the park. If he'd been more careful, he wouldn't have had an accident. I would have passed the test if I'd studied more. Would you have done that if you'd been in my shoes? What would you have said if she'd asked you about it? Where would you have gone if you hadn't come to the U.S.? If it hadn't rained, we wouldn't have canceled the picnic. It would have been more fun if there had been more people at the party. I would have called you if you'd given me your number. If they'd come on time, they wouldn't have missed their flight. She wouldn't have known if you hadn't told her. Dialogue for practice. What would you have done if you hadn't come to the United States?
If I hadn't come to the U.S., I would have lived with my family. I wouldn't have had to study English. I wouldn't have met my wife. I would have married someone else.
Advice from a successful student.
Speak with confidence. I have learned that your insecurity will actually make your accent stronger. When I go on acting auditions, I first do my homework and work on my major mistakes. And then I let go of all that work and just do it. I'm just myself. So if you have an important interview or speaking situation coming up, just relax and let your true self come out. Don't be inhibited.
Casual or formal speech. Knowing the difference. Casual speech is used in an informal setting with friends and acquaintances. In casual situations, we are sometimes less careful with pronunciation and grammar. Remember, just like with contractions, there are rules to casual speech. Don't assume that you can randomly reduce any sounds that you feel like reducing. Doing this will only make your speech sound more foreign or more difficult to understand. Characteristics of casual speech. Sentences are shorter and the grammar is simplified. For example, do you want to go sounds like,
Want to go?
you had better do it sounds like.
You better do it.
Also, in casual speech, speakers are less careful about pronouncing every consonant. For example, probably sounds like,
Probably.
I don't know sounds like,
I don't know.
remember sounds like,
Member.
going sounds like,
Going.
until sounds like,
Till.
because sounds like.
'Cause.
Rules and patterns of casual speech. Here are some rules of the simplifications that we make in informal speech. First, you will hear the standard pronunciation of the word or expression, and then the informal version, followed by example sentences. You, yeah.
I'll call ya.
See ya.
Because, 'cause.
I did it 'cause I wanted to.
I'm tired because I worked all day.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know what to do.
Let me. Let me.
Let me do it.
Let me help you.
Let me talk to him.
Give me. Gimme.
Give me a call.
Give me a break.
Can you give me a minute?
Did you sounds like Jew.
Did you call me?
Why'd you do it?
Did you go out last night?
Do you want to? Wanna.
Want to go out?
Want to dance?
What do you want to do?
Have got to. Gotta.
I gotta go.
You gotta do it.
Should've, would've, could've, must've. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, musta.
You should have told me.
It would have been nice.
We could have come.
You must have seen it.
Shouldn't have, wouldn't have, couldn't have. Shouldna, wouldna, couldna.
You shouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have known.
It couldn't have happened.
Going to, gonna.
I'm gonna go.
It's gonna rain.
What are you gonna do?
What do you? What do you?
What do you want?
What are you doing?
What do you think?
A lot of. A lotta.
That's a lot of money.
I got a lot of friends.
Kind of. Kinda.
It's kinda hot.
What kind of car is that?
Out of. Outta.
Get out of here.
I'm out of money.
You're out of your mind.
Go to. Go to.
I go to work.
Let's go to a concert.
Yes. Yeah. Or yep.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep, I did it.
No. Nope.
Nope, I'm not going.
Nope, that's not right.
In.
What are you doing?
Nothing much.
Practice dialogues. Invitation to a movie.
What are you doing tonight?
I don't know yet. I think I'm gonna just stay home.
Want to go to the movie?
I'm kind of tired. I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Did you go out last night?
Yeah, I shouldn't have gone to bed so late. I would have had a lot more energy today.
Why don't you just take it easy then? We'll go out some other time.
Okay, let me know when you're free again. See ya.